Hello, everybody. We're going to be on this screen a little bit longer than usual just because I got to get stuff set up. I've been running late. I'm to find out if my microphone filters work, if you all are going to hear me eat. Okay. 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 Oh, hey, Silva. Just running a little bit late. So it was one of those things where like um my schedule, like daylight savings time, really messed me up because my body had like a rhythm, right? And then like I had a rhythm, I had a schedule, and then all of a sudden I was an hour, I don't know, I was just an hour off of everything. And I haven't really adjusted to it yet. So like between that and seasonal depression and then always feeling like I'm behind because I'm an hour late for everything has just not been good for my mental. And so I finally decided to do something about it. I took a shower today. Which I don't shower every day. I shower a couple times, 1 or 2 times a week. So I got a shower, I shaved, which felt good, and I just feel a lot better now. And I put some rice in the rice cooker before I took my shower, so that way I could grab food once I get out of the shower. So I'm like typing my going live notices as I'm eating. Of course I season my rice. What kind of question is that? I put salt in the rice cooker whenever I'm putting the rice in. Oh, all right. So I put salt in the rice cooker before I start the rice cooker. And then once it's done, whenever I put the rice in the container, I put it in there with some black beans that I drained and rinsed and heated up. And then I put in some nutritional yeast flakes, soy sauce, nutritional yeast flakes, soy sauce, MSG, curry powder, and sriracha, and then mixed it all up. Thing is, I put it in too small of a container, so I couldn't mix it properly. So I'm like, I'm hitting pockets of seasoning, and it's like hitting a pocket of seasoning that's just like hitting a mouthful of powder, and like that is not super great because I put it in too small of a container because I didn't want to take the time to find multiple containers to break it up in. I'm gonna eat half now, then eat the other half later. Oh, you don't like sriracha? Does it like mess with your senses? I know some people have like allergic reactions to spice stuff. Hey Nabaru. Which, like, that's one of those things where it's only a problem if you don't like the taste of sriracha. Well, no, that's not quite true. That's an overgeneralization. I'm sorry. I enjoy the taste of, I enjoy having some seasoning, and I feel like sriracha is such a powerful seasoning that in my current state where I don't have access to a lot of seasonings, I don't have the space or time to marinate things in order to get strong flavors. And sriracha is a one-stop shop for a lot of strong flavors. I guess also I'm in a different state. I'm in a different situation because I'm not eating. I'm eating things that are usually most of the things I'm eating are very bland until you put seasonings on them. All right, so I've got the Streamlive notifications are up on Facebook, on Twitter. Well, the thing is, because of limited um, funding and resources, um, and just the situation I'm in, whatever I'm looking for has to be something that that I can find either at Aldi's or at or Walmart. All right. Okay, let me get my model booted up. All right. Okay, got that booted up. Let me get notification live for this. All right, hey, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry, I was booting up the emulator and booting up a lot of things for tonight's stream, and OBS just decided to crash. The first store I said was Aldi's or Walmart. I might be able to get to H Mart. The Asian grocery store, but that's a maybe. Can you hear me? Am I back? So I think I remember something about like Aldi's is one half of another company and the other one is Trader. I think the other half is like Trader Joe's. Let me look that up. Oh, Aldi's owns one portion of Trader Joe's. Okay. Oh, well, here we go. Aldi and Trader Joe's were both completely independently owned and operated. Aldi's originally in 1900s. Blah 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 blah. The owner of the original Aldi, Germany, had two sons who couldn't see eye to eye about whether or not they. Yada yada. Okay, so it was two sons who couldn't agree on. It was two sons who couldn't agree on whether or not they should sell cigarettes in their store, and whenever they took their, I guess, their inheritance, like the other Aldi son moved to America, I guess, and or wherever, and made Trader Joe's. Oh, the DM is calling. Tell him I said hi. I almost made tonight another game making stream. Let me get off this starting soon. Get to the just chatting screen. Yep. Okay. That's better. We're gonna be on just chatting for a little while, maybe a little bit longer than normal as I eat some food. I've been running behind on everything. I normally don't like eating down here in the basement because like it's kind of hard to clean down here. So like if I make a mess, it can attract ants or bugs or other things, and I don't want to do that down here because I finally am in a place without bugs. Like I may see the stray ant here or there or the stray fly, but that's fine. I'll take that. I was gonna do another game making stream, but I was like, you know what? I haven't done an Armored Core stream in a while. And this is really funny, but when I set up the stream in YouTube, right? It brings up the list of past streams that I can copy the settings from, right? Actually, did I? Yeah, I did change it. Okay. So it brings up the list of past streams that I can copy the settings of. And the primary reason I picked an Armored Core 3 stream tonight was because I hadn't done one in a while, and I didn't want the Armored Core stream settings to slide so far down the list it would be annoying to find it later. So I was like, you know what? Let me bring that back to the top of the list. Which is funny because soon I'm gonna have to start working on I'm gonna have to start working on another thumbnail and on some more stream settings for Silent Line. Now that we're in the post-game content, I don't know how many streams we're gonna do of post-game content of Armored Core 3. I want to do some stuff. I don't know if I'm quite ready to be like, yeah, let's dig out a guide and get all the hidden parts. Because some of those fights I just barely won. I know I definitely want to get enough money to get all the parts that are in the store and try to defeat all of the... Welcome back, Silva. As far as the post-game stuff I want to get enough credits to get all the parts that are in the Armored Core 3, like the regular starting parts store. And I want to get maybe at least some of the hidden parts. And at least try all the missions that I didn't finish. And see if the howitzer machine gun can carry me through those missions. So I don't know how many post-game streams I'm going to have of Armored Core 3. It might be like 1 or 2. I mean, definitely going to be 1, because tonight. But what did DM have to say, Silva? Any special secrets for next session? Oh yeah, so the other day on Tuesday, my roommate went to a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, a local Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, right? I was so worried, right? Because like we play super casual, right? Oh, really? That's funny. So like my roommate and I play Yu-Gi-Oh, but we normally play super casual. I stick to the ban list, he doesn't. Because it's just us. So, you know, it doesn't matter. We're not playing for anything. Then he found out that the local card shop has some promo packs that they give out for their tournaments that he wants. And he just, like, for him, playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Is kind of like, he describes it as his therapy, right? His thing he does, that's just his thing, right? And that just is, so it's his social interaction. Getting out of the house, doing stuff. Like, I have social interaction pretty much every night, right? I interact with all of you. And like, that's cool. But I was super worried because since we play so casually, right? I was worried he wasn't gonna have fun. He was gonna go. I was so terrified he was gonna go. He was gonna get raffle stomped. He was gonna get like really angry and just throw his cards around or something, because he's like he has very strong emotion, right? And I was worried that, like, because he talked about how he's gotten so angry and frustrated that he's debated just like leaving all his cards at a card shop and giving up Yu-Gi-Oh entirely, right? So I was worried he was gonna have to deal with that again. Um, because the thing is, my roommate's under a lot of stress. He with really heavy stuff and has a lot of responsibility. So like, it's just heavy stress, and with the state of modern Yu-Gi-Oh, I was just worried he was gonna go against an opponent that's just gonna be like 10-minute turn. And he was gonna get frustrated. But apparently it was locals and it was really casual. He lost all 3 games he played. He lost 2 times, then he got a bye and he just dropped. But he said that he felt like the reason he lost was because he bricked. He didn't see his stuff because he had too many cards in his deck. So he's talking about wanting to trim his deck down so that way it's better. That got me thinking about my Yu-Gi-Oh career and about what it would be like for me to go back to Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. And like, the thing is, I would have to like pick a day that I'm going. Like, they go on their nights are Tuesday nights, and apparently there's tons of people there. I don't know how well I'll deal with tons of people, because tons of people in a new place and like physically being around me can be terrifying for me, right? But like, it's also tons of people that are doing stuff that I'm interested in, so I might be able to zone it out, you know? So I don't know. Okusen! Thank you for the lurk. Why is the lurk command not working? Did Stream Elements bot not kick in? Well, Okusen's lurking. Leave Okusen to lurk. Okusen said they're lurking. Let them lurk. So then, like, I was thinking about it, like, now I'm just imagining Silva with goat horns. The Silva Fox. Oh, goodness. So if I were to head to the Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, I would have to tell, like, my Tuesdays is the only day when I get to play Lancer. That's only every other week, and then on the off weeks I run a Lancer game. I would probably want it to be one of the weeks where I'm playing, so that way I don't mess with my players. So I would have to tell the Lancer game I'm in that, like, hey, I can't make it this week, right? And it would have to be a whole event, and I'd want to do well. So now that's got my brain thinking about, like, how would I optimize my Yu-Gi-Oh deck? Because right now it's just made to goof around. But I want to optimize it with cards I already have, or if I do order things extremely cheap, because I don't want to invest a lot of money in Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't want to invest a lot. I don't have a lot of money to invest in things. But like right now, I'm trying to make sure I have enough money to stay stable. So things get a little bit easier after next month, as long as everything works for next month. So I have had, when I was Uber driving, right, a lot of times this is me admitting something that I really shouldn't have done. So being completely real here. when I was Uber driving, um, a lot of times my Uber uh, rides would take me through the toll booth that's near where that's in this area, right? There's some toll roads, right? And usually, if I was going through a toll booth, it was going to be a long drive. I was making money, and um, the Uber automatically charged the customer for the toll, and then gave me the toll money, right? So how I was doing it was they would like at the end of every month I would get a letter of all of the tolls I'd done for the month and a bill be like, hey, pay this toll penalty, right? So I was doing that for a while. Um but then as my mental health deteriorated and I wasn't driving nearly as much as I needed to, and money started getting tighter and tighter. Things started getting rougher and rougher. I fell behind on those, and they started getting late fees, and that just started messing with my mental health. About like, oh my gosh, I'm piling on these late fees, right? Um, and I went for I think it was about I want to say about a 6 or 7 month period, where I was just running toll booths and never paying the tolls. And they took my picture, they recorded it, and they sent me bills for it. Um and uh now I'm in the I messed around, so now I have to find out. Um the Maryland Easy Pass administration situation tracked me down and was like, hey, you need to pay us back all this plus late fees, or else there will be consequences. So I was in this rough spot trying to figure out what to do, because like right now I don't think I can get like I can't register a car in my name because of having this outstanding debt, right? So I couldn't get a car if I wanted to. And then and I just don't want to have I want to have as few things that the government's mad at me about as possible, right? Um and so they contacted me, and when I talked to them, and they were like, okay, so to get on a payment plan, you have to put this much down and then pay this much a month. And I was like, whoa, I don't have the funds to put that much down, right? Yeah, exactly, Nabiru. Um, I was like, I don't have the funds to put that much down. Is there any way we could some kind of a thing? And so the person I was talking to explained, they're like, listen, you don't have to get on a payment plan if you just keep paying every month, don't miss a single month. If you pay a significant amount of this bill every month and do not miss a single month until you pay this off, they will not seek legal action again. And I was like, bet. Well, I didn't actually say bet because I was meeting with an actual professional, and I don't really think bet was a term at the time. So I've just been paying that every month, and that's a decent chunk of my temporary disability has been going towards that every month, because I've been trying to knock that out, because I never know when my temporary disability is going to cut off, or when there's going to be a problem, when there's paperwork that needs to be filed, all that. I never know, right? Or when my stuff's going to be decreased or whatnot. So I've been trying to make big payments on that in order to knock that out as quickly as possible. And at the rate I'm going with the payments I've been making, next month I should get enough to make the last payment and get that monkey finally off. That's the terminology for that, right? Whenever you've got like something that's been really bugging you for a lot, and you finally have to get rid of it, a debt you have to pay off or something. I hope that's the right terminology. I never know with all the words these youngins come up with. funny. So I have this. What is this? This is a country crock like vegetable spread butter tin or whatever that we just use for eating out of. And I lined the bottom of it with black beans and microwaved it to heat up the beans. And I put the rice on top. So I've been trying to mix it as I go, but it's just not a lot of space. And I'm getting towards the bottom. And like, there's finally enough space that I can mix things really well, but there's so many beans that just didn't get mixed into the rice. So now there's almost as much beans as there is rice, which is this high concentration of beans in the rice. It's funny. And like, they didn't give me a minimum payment I had to make every month for the Easy Pass thing. They didn't give me a minimum payment for it. They just said it had to be a significant payment. And so I was paying more in the past. Like I've fluctuated with the amount I was paying. I was paying one amount when I started, which was not that much. I went down a few times because I had unstable finances, or I had to borrow money, or not borrow money. I had to get donations. Cover it 1 month whenever my temporary disability was wrongfully cut off. That was terrifying, right? Well, here's the thing. Because I've reached the maximum. Oh, you're a 1 billion pound fox? Welcome, Foxy Pouncer. Did I ever just call you Foxy? But yeah, because I reached the maximum amount of late fees, they weren't like applying interest or anything to it, which was nice. Like, it could have been a lot worse. We're just hanging out right now before we get some Armored Core 3 going, Foxy. I'm just chatting about some of the stuff going on in my life while I'm scarfing down some food. Oh really? You leave footprints on the floor? Goodness gravy. Oh my gosh, Blockbuster. Isn't it true that like the people who made Netflix tried to sell their idea to Blockbuster, but Blockbuster didn't think that people would buy into it and didn't want to invest in it? I see, Foxy. Gosh. Blockbuster doubled down on the video rental, got into digital late because the late fee were where they made the money. Yeah. They dealt with the late fees were a lot of where they made money, and like they were just so sure. Like, oh, didn't they had like a website at one point, right? To do like online stuff, but their site was just like terrible. You can hear your bed frame creaking. Oh no. Oh goodness, Foxy. Yeah, because they're like they didn't want to invest in the digital era. And, like I was really thinking about it the other day when I was like seeing a lot of posts about Blockbuster, right? And about like remembering the experiences of shopping for. Part of me was wondering, do I miss Blockbuster or those DVD rental places because I miss them? Or do I miss the entire experience? Do I miss it being something special that I did with people I love? Like actually watching something was a thing I did together with people that I cared about. It was a special experience. Like, so when I was growing up, one of the main grocery stores in our area was Albertsons. Eventually, I believe, got bought out by Publix or like one of those grocery stores bought out. Okay, Foxy. Um, and so um, when my parents would go grocery shopping in Albertsons had a deep section. I think they also had VHSs, where it was like a rental section because all the main grocery stores, every store had some kind of a deep rental section in that era, right? Because it was so easy to get DVD and all that, right? And so while my parents were shopping, because I was an easy entertained kid. Well, I don't know if easy entertained is the right word, but I was an excitable child. And um, while my parents were shopping, I would in the DVD rental room reading the backs of all the DVDs, getting excited about all of them and picking out which movies I wanted to watch. And then like my parents would come over and I would show them, and sometimes they pick what I wanted, sometimes they pick what they wanted. I think it's all kind of fuzzy because it was so long ago. I just remember being so excited and running around in there and just reading the backs of all the DVD cases, getting so excited about all of the stories. Yeah, Redbox also like was that nail in the coffin. And when people a lot of times when people talk about what they miss from Blockbuster, they talk about that experience of going around the store, finding the cool movies, getting excited about the movies, picking up popcorn, and making an event of watching a movie together. And now we can just pop up anything we want. We're spoiled for choice. So the thing we pick doesn't have to be special anymore. And that's interesting. I don't know quite if I'd say it was sad, um, but it's become the way of progress, right? That we are in this situation where uh that's just the way things are. Picking movies, doing because of the ease of Netflix, Hulu, Tubi, you can get so much different stuff. Like all the tokusatsu, all like the Ultraman, Super Sentai, and some Common Rider that they have on whatchamacallit on Tubi. Like watching those old shows used to be an event, and you'd have to track down those torrents or downloads um in order to get those. and it was an entire event. Now you can just find them. That means more people are experiencing them, but it doesn't feel as special. And that's also the line we walk, right? Things feel less special, which is kind of sad in its own way. But the trade-off is, got up from broken bed, go downstairs, the steps, start bowling. Every step I make, be railing. Oh goodness. Oh goodness, Foxy, you're gonna break your house. Um, and the the trade-off is that now these things are more accessible. People who would not have been able to get to them before. So now the fan bases can grow, more people can experience this media, and things are more inclusive than they were before. Um, and that's the trade-off, right? It's kind of like with whatchamacallit, lobster and some other and macaroni and cheese. Like originally lobster used to be the food of the common people because it was so common, it was so easy to get. But then I think it became harder to get or something, and it eventually became more valued and a sign of greater status. And macaroni and cheese, because getting pasta to be really expensive, the good kind of pasta for macaroni, you used to have to import it before we got all the stuff here in America from making the Durham wheat flour or whatever for making the macaroni. A lot of the high-end restaurants used to sell their whatever they called their macaroni and cheese, right? And there were in all these fancy cookbooks, there were all these recipes, fancy macaroni and cheese, right? Because having macaroni and cheese was an event, right? Because it was just expensive and difficult to get the resources for it. But it is no longer the same event, but the trade-off is that now more people can enjoy macaroni and cheese. It has become more inclusive, and that's just kind of, I think, a direction we're going. And I don't know. I hope that one day, maybe not us, maybe not this generation, maybe not the next generation, but someone finds a way for things to be more inclusive of more people while still staying in some way special. I think that would be cool. If we could find some way to retain that specialness. Like, I feel like that specialness is now not inherent, something we have to manually add. Like, yeah. Like, I think it would be interesting if, like, I don't know, streaming services did like a Friday night movie night or something, where they like had a special playlist of movies they suggest to people that are like popular movies, and be like, hey, it's Friday night, watch something. I don't know what it looked like. I'm not into marketing. I don't deal with all of that. I barely interact with streaming outside of live streaming. Like, I don't interact with regular much. So I'm not really an expert on any of that. Watch along streaming, that would be interesting. Like, actually, that would be cool if, like, some movie company or something did like essentially like what we do with cable, where like it starts at a certain time, so then it becomes special. I don't know. Interesting. With a chat feature, that's cool. That sounds like a precursor to what. I mean, I don't know. I don't know when that happened, but that definitely sounds like a thing to do. And I sit down in a chair and legs start creaking and bending. The chair legs break off. Oh, goodness, Foxy. You're just breaking everything. Goodness gravy. Ah. Oh, okay. If there's anything cool to talk about on Twitter before we get the game booted up. All right. Oh my goodness. The latest Critical Role episode was so epic. So it's funny because normally the last Critical Role episode before a break, well, a lot of Critical Role episodes end on a cliffhanger in some way, shape, right? And they don't do Critical Role on the last Thursday of the month. So with next week being the last one, being the off week, everyone was afraid that since they so often end on cliffhangers, that like it would end on it would end on a cliffhanger this session, but it ended on this really nice note with a lot of things, all good feelings, and I won't go into spoiler territory, but it was a good episode that dealt with a lot of emotional processing for the characters. It had a lot of really good lore and world building. And had the players make an extremely creative solution to what could have been a very dangerous combat. Um, they took extreme uh and and were rewarded for that risk. Like of course, like the the roles have to be in your favor, but like I'll be honest, I was in match shoot, right? And if I was in match shoes and I saw my player putting so much work, so much time and effort into such a creative solution to a problem, and they couldn't see my dice rolls, I'd be tempted to fudge the numbers if it didn't work. I'd be tempted to let it work. Just because like that was how good of a solution they found. I see, Foxy. Alright. We've been on just chatting for a while. I ate some food. I was originally planning to just jump straight into the game and then inhale food between missions. But I was like, you know what? Let me just eat and chat for a little. Ah. Hey. I just saw a funny meme. The hardest thing to believe about the Hunger Games is that an authoritarian government in North America would invest in high-speed rail. Oh. Oh my gosh. That one tickles me pink. Yeah, I'm seeing this person. They're doing a lot of commentary on Critical Role, the latest Critical Role episode. And one of the key themes in the latest Critical Role episode is that magic is going wonky right now in Exandria, the Critical Role, and a lot of the problems that are happening are caused by a lot of the magical things that everyone counted on permanent suddenly fading. Almost nothing or nothing at all. All of these enchantments, the magic circle, the magic teleportation circle, all of the all of these things that people have come to rely on for like the imprisonment and all of that, just stopping at once is causing chaos. And it reminds me of this thing people talked about if we had whatchamacallit, a solar flare, not a solar flare, it's like a super solar event or something, or like a wave of energy would bubble out of out of the sun and come racing at us, and it would just fry almost any unshielded electronic that was connected to the internet. And like all computers and internet would go down. Some satellites would even crash. And that's what someone was comparing it to. And it makes you think about what we go through, what we do, what we experience, and what we do with that. Like, what would happen to our world if something we counted on, we relied on, we just stopped working? Like, people compare it to the internet, but I'm not sure. Like, a lot of things do use the internet for a lot of communication. A lot of the higher level things do rely on the internet. But I think, like, in the world of Exandria, magic is something much more integral than the internet is for us. There are people who consistently can live off grid, and people lived for so long without internet. Internet is a fairly new innovation, right? In the escape of human history, right? People have lived for a long time without internet. In the world of Exandria, people have had magic since almost the beginning of time. So it is like on a completely different scale. You know what I mean? Like, magic failing for them is like completely different. It would be like for us if all of a sudden, like, maybe gravity or I don't know, maybe like certain types of molecular bonds just stopped working. Like, if all the screws in existence just suddenly got smooth and then slid off. This core building block of what we do, or like if glue stopped working. I think that'd be a good one. We've used glue for a lot of human history. And we use glue for a lot more things. Like, that would be like tape, duct tape, anything that had some kind of a glue base. If that stopped working, that would be my best comparison. Okay. All right. All right. Oh my gosh, did you see this commercial? I don't know if it's real. I don't know how it would work. When I first saw it, I thought it was a joke. Last thing I'm gonna talk about before we get into the actual gaming, right? When I first saw this commercial, I thought it was an absolute joke. I thought it was a meme. And uh it is corn cob crust pizza. When I first saw it, I thought there's no way that's real. It's got to be an early April Fool's Day joke. And apparently it's real. Which apparently comes with a hold on, no, I have to find out if this is okay, so it hasn't come on sale yet. Okay. I don't understand how the pizza sticks to the corn cob. I don't understand. Like it hasn't gone on sale yet, but it's being advertised. And it's being advertised as coming uh and it's advertised as coming with a 2 liter of liquefied butter. Um I have no idea what that's going to look like. Uh that everyone's like, is this an early April Fool's Day joke? Um and I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad at the corn cob butter. I'm mad at the 2 liter of liquefied butter. I had to make a tweet about it. Okay. All right. I've eaten most of my rice and beans. Not enough. I'll probably leave that for later. I've drank most of my tea. Good. Okay. Okay. Get this started. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I gotta share one meme before we get started. I know I said that was gonna be the last thing. But, but. Oh, of course, it's a J5. Can't do anything with a J5. It's funny, whenever we do finally get like more J5 support, I don't know whether I'm still gonna keep churning J5s into PNG or if I'm gonna actually start using the J5. All right. Not the button I wanted. My audio mixer just popped out of my OBS, and I was like, no. Tell me that's not the. Tell me that cat doesn't belong in some kind of a Ghibli movie. Ghibli or Ghibli? I mean, one way or the other, they spelt it wrong. Did they? Because it's GH, right? Yeah, GH, not GL. Okay. I was like, hold on. Has everything I known been wrong this entire time? Oh no! Is that the new grumpy cat? I don't know. It doesn't look grumpy as much as it looks unimpressed. It just looks unimpressed by whatever you're doing. I could see a meme of this cat of the second face being unimpressed cat or something. What do you think, Nabiru? All right. I just had to show that to y'all because I saw it and I thought it was funny and I wanted to share it. That was not the button I wanted. Okay. Let me put that up on Discord. I'm going to put that on Discord because I think it's adorable. So, like, Discord can interact with JFIFs. But OBS can't. Okay. All right, we're starting a little bit late, but let's get some Armored Core going. My my housemate's family member is over visiting with their child. And I can hear the baby like crying from. Well, the baby's upstairs. I'm downstairs. Okay. Ready. Load some data. Change up the music a little bit. we go. Okay. So, boo, 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 boo. Let's try this in some of the arena matches and see how well they go. Not touching the extra arena. So between 18, 32, so there's 14 new people to fight. Okay. I've heard rumors that these... Oh, we get to fight Apple Boy. I've heard rumors that these ones are really good too. Oh, these are some of the ones that like were our allies that we could hire throughout the course of the game. Okay. I've heard these ones are like broken with like some OP stuff. Due to the Raven fold, his AC sports a very rudimentary setup. He prefers head-to-head battles with as little fooling around as possible. He's an honest man, but his abilities remain in doubt. Becoming a Raven has been a lifelong ambition. DC name Esperanza. We see missiles, has some vertical missiles, laser blade, and a high heat rifle. Okay. Okay. Let's gun it down. Alright. Wrong button. Oh, I was getting taken apart by the high heat rifle. That wasn't bad. Machine gun plus howitzer, what can I say? Not much, only 11k credits, okay. These are gonna be really low. Hopefully they get higher as I go. Let me save. I wonder how much I'm gonna have after I buy all the parts. I've done 50% of the game. Okay, of the missions. An aggressive combatant who pilots an AC with a variety of high-power weaponry. She likes to put on showy battles, but her AC's limited ammunition stores mean that they have to be concluded very quickly. Her father is also a Raven. So we've got a grenade launcher, laser blade, maneuvering rockets, maneuvering thrusters, and rockets. Dual rockets, so that could be messy. Took me a second. It's been so long since I've played, I had to remember how to pilot. Okay, alright, that was rough. That grenade took me for a loop when that hit me. Hopefully these start getting more credits. Okay, yeah, so they are going to get more credits. Okay. Cold Heart. AC named the Sun. Formerly an NC pilot working for Crest, his journey to become a Raven has been both long and arduous. He's still getting accustomed to piloting an AC, but his frontline experience and instincts are top-notch. He's expected to do well. So we've got rockets, radar, yeah, rear-facing thrusters, and I think those are rocket arms. This might be messy. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay, there we go. That wasn't bad. I burned through a lot of ammo there. He was jumping around like crazy. Let me turn on the volume of this for a second, because it's kind of loud and it's kind of hard. 20K, okay, great. There we go, that's better. Alright. We're moving up in price there, which is good. Well, like, I think I can just keep redoing missions and earning credits. But I'm not sure, like, how much value credits have at this point. Like, I have almost enough that I could start. But again, I don't know if I get credits for redoing missions. That's something I'll have to find out. Untress. Ooh, this one might be a tough fight, because this one was rough whenever I fought him. When I fought her in the game. She hasn't been a Raven for very long, but her mission success rate is impeccable, and she's in high demand because of this. The grateful recipient of many corporate sponsors gifts, she takes to new equipment with a fervor. So we've got anti-missile system, drones, laser blade, laser rifle. Well, good thing I don't use missiles. She might be a pain in my butt, though. Oh, she also has an extended orbit, so that might chew through me a little bit. But she's probably gonna run out of energy. Okay. Yeah, ran out of energy before it became a threat. Good. Good. 21. No new sponsorships. I wonder if I'm gonna get any new Cilia. What are you, another MT pilot? First glance, he appears to be just another trigger-happy machine gun newbie, but his decision to go with shell-based weapons was deliberate in order to offset the energy consumption of his AC's leg selection. He's calm under pressure and assertive. Well, also, he's got chain guns, machine gun arms, and side shields, so that should be interesting. I'm wondering if his side shields are going to protect him from my howitzer rounds, because those normally come at you from kind of the side. Also, his chain gun might chew through me. So this might be a case of him having a bigger gun, or I might have to boost around a lot. We'll see. Ooh, that was close. Ooh, that was close. That one was almost bad. If he'd switched to the chain guns, I would have been dead. I think the chain guns do more than the machine gun arms. 22, okay. Whenever I actually get to one that kicks my butt, I'm gonna go buy all the parts in the shop, just to have them. Spartan. Alright. Pursuit missiles mounted on his AC shoulders are more for show than anything else, and his opponent's time is better spent worrying about what he intends to do with his machine gun. His AC is heavily armored and therefore slow. Okay, I'll see if I can stay in front, if I can just outmaneuver him. If I can just outmaneuver him with my machine gun and my howitzer. Okay. Ooh, I thought that was going to be rough, because he's a similar build to mine, except I'm just slightly faster. The thing is, he wasn't playing to his strengths. If he'd used his pursuit missiles more, that would have been I don't know. Missiles are rough. Missiles are very rough. Okay. All right. Moving on. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. We've got 9 left. Okay. An ex-fighter pilot, old habits are hard to break, and he prefers taking to the air and filling the skies with swarms of missiles
But like all fighter jocks, he's brash, which usually gets him in trouble when cornered. Grenade, vertical missiles. Ooh, this could be rough. But heavy legs and an energy shield. Is he going to be able to maneuver with all that? This might be the one that kicks my butt because I have no anti-missile system. Because I'm traveling really light. I could change up my arms. Ooh, I only survived that because I outlasted his vertical missiles. That's one of the limiting factors with vertical missiles is they have limited ammo. Okay. I'm gonna keep moving and I'll probably save after the next. A tank nut, he's truly saddened that more pilots don't take advantage of what he considers to be the best leg part available. He became a Raven in order to prove that tread-based ACs can hold its own as well as any other. He's got rocket arms and 2 energy cannons mounted on the back, as well as extra energy charger. That's spicy. See if I can beat him. I know I can outmaneuver him, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to take out his HP. Okay. Yeah, the circle strafing just really tears through opponents. It heard some of these were like really powerful. Let's save. No new mail. I'm kind of hoping I'd get more new mail. Hoping I get more parts. I might get the parts for the extra arena. The teamwork between he and his disciple Tsukuyo is the stuff of legend. There isn't a single Raven who looks forward to going up against both, no matter who they're partnered with. Ozumi retired, but returned to the arena to guide Suki. Yeah, okay. Oh, they're neck and neck in the arena. Okay. This one might be problematic. What's he got? He's got a parrying blade, rocket launcher, and small shotgun. If I can, yeah, but he's got fast legs. We'll see. We'll see if I can stay ahead of him. Okay. That was a lot of moving. That was a lot of moving. Ooh, around a bunch. Nice. Now let's take on the teammate. Amazing teamwork between Tsukiyomi and his mentor Hozumi are well known, and they remain undefeated in multi-AC combats. Tsukiyomi joined the arena at Hozumi's request. Is still honed, up to date. So far, practice is paying off. Grenade launcher, vertical grenade launcher, vertical missiles. I need to stay moving because if they hit me with that grenade launcher, that's gonna hurt. Oh, okay. Almost had it. Alright, so that's my first loss. No, I'm gonna go buy all the parts in the shop and then work on some builds. I think I could do it if I squeeze an anti-missile system on. But in order to squeeze an anti-missile system on, I'm gonna need to get lighter arms, so I have to get new parts anyway. All right. Let's no cores left. Let me grab the arms. This is the only thing to do with credits. I do want to save some in case I go into negative doing missions. So I'm not going to buy everything. I could theoretically though. What I'm at? 3. I'm at 1 billion. 5. Some of these legs get really expensive. They average 20k, so 20 to 30. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get all the parts. I know I need an anti-missile system. Ooh, that's new. That's new. I like that one. Yeah. Rockets. Okay. It's gonna take some doing to get all the parts. I'm gonna have to do a lot of missions. Ooh. I'm gonna have to unlock stuff with that. Okay, so got this head part. Did I buy the heads? Yeah, I bought all the heads. Okay. This one's close range, but no radar. So I won't be able to keep track, but it's got a lot of armor. And it's lightweight. Let me see. Oh yeah, I am so tight on weight. Let me look at arm. Bop. Energy fence. I need. That decreases the energy output. It decreases the weight, increases maximum charge slightly, maybe. Okay, so I need to shave off like 200 weight. Easiest way to do that's probably going to be the arms. Like that should do it. Okay. All right, let's try this out now with the anti-missile system. Trying to remember which one. I don't want to overboost. I mean, I may overboost. All right, yeah. That made a difference. Being able to shut down the missiles made a huge difference. Because missiles are only OP if they hit. 30k, okay. Get to you next. A rare breed, Culture attacks almost exclusively with blade weapons. Because of this, his victory rate isn't high, but his unit does boast one of the most impressive flight durations of any AC in the arena. He's a loner and keeps to himself. So we've got high, a lot of radar, a lot of turning, parrying, blade, moonlight. I need to find the moonlight. This is gonna suck. This is just gonna be running at me. Well, rip me. This is gonna be messy. Oh, he's got the... That one's got the wave dash. That one's got the OP intensify. That was almost brutal. $60k, not bad. Making up for all the stuff I just spent on parts. His AC is a product of the school of thought that the best defense is good offense. He likes to get in close and unleash a flurry of attacks on his opponent. Anyone familiar with his strategy usually hopes not to experience it a second time. So he's got cannon arms, he's got an external orbit, and he's got back missiles with missile extensions. And a lot of armor. Holy cow, that's a lot of armor. Let's see how we deal with this. Dantes. I haven't named any of my ACs. But they've always been in flux. I haven't been super attached to any particular one. He's not fast, so this shouldn't be too hard to stay out of his range. Okay. Machine gun howitzer reigns supreme. Alright, we're just gonna keep going until I lose. Or till I have a battle that I don't think I can duplicate. 80k, actually I will save. Alright, down to the last 3 of the regular arena. I might try some of the extra arenas. We'll see. Effectively combined with his AC's other weapons, the large missiles mounted on the shoulders are capable of wreaking absolute havoc. He definitely has a flashy side, but his AC design is all about taking down the competition. I was actually wondering about using those missiles. So he's got machine gun, high heat machine gun, howitzer, plus the massive missiles. But there's only 4 shots each. My anti-missile system should be able to deal with that. Hopefully. If my anti-missile system can't deal with that, I'm probably going to be... Ooh. Ooh, I'm saving after that fight. That could have been brutal. My anti-missile system did almost nothing against that. Well, it did stop some of them, but one of them hit, and that was all it took to just rock me. $100K. 2 left. Yeah, I might do. If this is how this is going, I might do the extra arena. I'll see how it fares. His accuracy is something to behold, and the AC he pilots is designed to maximize his use of right-hand weapons. The tactics he employs are exceedingly simple in their nature. They're devastating when executed with such fine precision and skill. That is... whatchamacallit? Not the Kojima particle. That's the big gun. That is like one of the most... Kurosawa. One of the most iconic energy rifles. This gonna hurt. With an energy blade and an anti-missile system. This is either gonna go really well or really badly. Depends on if I can stay ahead of the Kurosawa. At least it doesn't use missiles. But a lightweight AC that's using a bunch of Well, that happened. Uh, Let me retry that because I feel like I can do better there.
I might have to just do a full like anti-energy loadout. Oh no. I need a new strategy. Okay. Alright, alright. This is why I don't get super attached to any particular AC. He's fought many battlefields and destroyed countless ravens. Stories of him cracking open opponents' ACs in mere seconds are used to frighten new pilots. No one knows his background, but most claim he is even better than Ace. This is the one that disrupts your lock-on. I'll fight this one, because I don't have to fight them in order. See if I can come back to that other one. I had to figure out what to do about that Kurosawa. I don't know if this one's going to try to get close to me. Like, oh my gosh. I can't see him. Come on. Oh. Ah, no, I can't touch them. Goodness. They both kick my butt. I gotta figure out what to do about that. I can't do much against that. If I can't lock on, I can't do much. I mean, I could get a grenade. Could bring a heavy armor grenade rifle one. Save 185. I'll save anyway, just in case I haven't saved yet. All right. Hey. All right, let's try changing this up a little bit. Okay.
Okay, so now we've got this. What have we got here? Neither one of them uses missiles. Bring a chain gun. Bring a chain gun. Oh, nothing really I want here. Just chain gun and let me take a look here. All right, 975 AP, 160 energy. Not quite what I'm looking for. I'm looking at shell. 190 is the energy. Okay. 202. This one's better, but okay. It's pretty good, and it's not that much worse. Ooh. Okay, so now what does this one got? Well, this is the lightest arm part. That's funny. Energy 194, not bad. Actually, no, that's terrible. Ninety, 60. Five, four. Is this the highest energy defense arm? I think it is. Let's try this. Between the chain gun, I've got a lot of energy defense. What's the defense energy? 633. Ooh, this one's lighter. A little bit faster. Okay, let's try this. Got a lot of energy defense. My sight lock won't be as large as I want it to be, but I'll see what happens. Way. On. Oh my gosh. Okay, the turn speed was too fast. I was turning too fast there. I didn't even... Hold on, let me retry that, and I want to do this a little differently. I could just get a good bead on him. Ah. Goodness. It's so close. Try this with enlarged sight lock and see if that makes a difference. I'm not sure if it will. A second, I'm getting a little hungry. A couple bites of food real quick. A cold rice and bean. So how's everybody doing, chat? How was everybody's week, by the way? Still streaming, right? That would really suck if this whole time I've been on. Oh, you're thoroughly enjoying the RE4 remake? Okay. That's also true, Nabiru. If the enlarged sight lock helps. Oh, you finished one manga, one anime? What were the manga and the anime? Could I grab? Saki, think cute girls doing cute things, but with mahjong powers. Mahjong. Ah, that's interesting. So what? I have no idea how to play. Oh, okay. Oh, as long as it's fun to watch, even if you don't know. Do they explain the rules as they play, or does a lot of stuff just happen? That thing just hits me like that. That weapon doesn't have a very large targeting radius. Hmm. All right, I'm gonna change up and go try some of the extra arena. Uh, Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. So the regular arena is really. I mean, as long as it explains the rules as part of each episode, I guess that's okay. Okay. Explains what they do, combos. Oh, okay. So someone just like they'll declare their move, they'll see what the move is. It's not like going depth into the technique and strategy. Okay. This head part on. I like its effectiveness. Alright, let's try this. Alright, let's see how well this goes. I should equip. Oh, cool. I can select the partner. Oh, you know what that reminds me of? Um, that actually reminds me of. Do you remember the Beyblade anime there? Like uh for uh like there was they had the bit beat all of their powers and all of their special attacks and stuff. But then like when it got to I think it was like something. They started introducing that some people just couldn't see the bit beast, and there was that whole arc where that the one girl wanted to learn to be able to actually see the bit beast. Oh, Metal Force. Okay. Dizzy, Drizzy, one. What was the nerdy kid in Beyblade with the glasses at the bouncy bay? That's just I'm glad I'm not fighting them. Hopefully I don't. Kenny, okay. Kenny was. Apple Boy down. Oh, cool, we won. Okay. Yes, the only bit beast that could talk. Not much. Okay. Yeah. Remember, it wasn't first season, second season. Keep using Royal Mist as my team because it's the highest ranked option of it. Yeah, considering how much Royal my butt when I was fighting him, definitely ally to climb up the deck. I was worried. Next arena, I was like two yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try with a different and see if I get more credits. Twin heads. I'm gonna look that up. I don't know if I boot up my Chrome on my. Second. What'd you say, Nabiru? Interesting concept, can be useful for D&D or something. Most broken he's seen in a long time. For manga, overpowered main character says he wants peace and uses his power to try to achieve that. Uh, interesting concept. All right. Fight with fragile. Yeah. This is the dynamic duo that they weren't too hard to fight in the single arena. Yeah, that's an interesting way to go about it. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's one way to resolve a problem, Nabiru. Yeah. This one might be a rough fight. Challenge with Apple Boy. See what he can do. Okay. Worried about the chain gun that one has mounted as the back one. Alright, Silva, good night. Thanks for coming to stream. It was good having you. Okay. That one should be 45. Okay. Okay. It'll be interesting because like when we were when when I was climbing through the regular arena fighting them in singles matches, there were so many characters that it said that they were part of a duo or whatever. So it's interesting to see how they work together in the duo in the extra arena. I originally wasn't going to touch it because I was worried that it was just going to be really annoying fighting against two enemies, but apparently you just have to defeat the leader, so then I can just focus down the leader. That one does it. I think the player character counts as the leader for that match. So if I go down, then it's down, so my ally can go down. All right. Let's start winding down for the night. So, Naberu, tell me what anime you watching this weekend? All right. Yeah, it's definitely interesting the way that all works out. Oh, really? So, huh? Which ones are you waiting on? So it was interesting. I was looking around online. Funny, I saw this YouTube short. Sometimes I'll see YouTube shorts that are talking about monsters and things of lore and stuff, because that's just the kind of content I end up seeing. A lot of tabletop game stuff. And I saw Kuma Kuma Kuma. Ah, so I saw a short that was explaining lore and stuff behind this thing called a false Hydra, which was something somebody came up with that's based on one of the monsters from Legend of Zelda. One of the monster. Yeah, I actually so in my Lancer game on Sundays, there was a situation in which the players rescued a spaceship full of bears and their handlers, but these weren't regular bears; they were smart bears. And one of the players befriended one of the bears and named the bear. They were going to go with Kumo, but they thought that was too on the nose, so they went with Kuma. It's funny because yeah, it was no, it was Kumo means bear. They went with Kumo. I don't remember. It's been a few sessions since that happened. I'll probably have to look at my notes if I ever bring those bears back again for anything. But it was funny because what happened in that scene was that the bears, yeah, it was kind of silly, but the bears were telepathic, but they wouldn't talk to anyone they didn't like, and so the player was like, when they were going to like pet the bear after the show that the bears did, because they did a circus, the player was like, I lean in and I whisper into the bear's ear, "Can you talk?" And so this is one of the things where I guess kind of peek behind the veil. I'd originally not planned for the bears to be telepathic, but my players were like, it would be so cool, it would be so cool. And I was like, okay, I can work with that because it actually worked really well into the lore. And I'd originally just meant for the bears to be something silly, but then making them telepathic gave me ideas for introducing more backstory with them so I can actually do them later on in the story. But the bear just said back, not verbally, and that was this like really epic moment that the player laughed about, and then they later on interacted with the bear and had the bear help them with an investigation. Well, actually, it was catching culprits of a murder mystery they were solving later.
and it was this really fun interaction. But the only one player was the one that actually heard the bears telepathically and didn't tell anyone else that the bears speak telepathically. And when anyone asked how you're communicating with the bear, that character, she just said, "I speak bear," and no one had any proof to the contrary. It was hilarious. But yeah, I saw a YouTube short about this creature called a false hydra, which is based on one of the monsters from Legend of Zelda. Kind of an anime bear. But the whole thing with the false hydra is that if it eats someone, it erases that person from the memory of everybody else. Nobody else remembers that person. It was really this funny coincidence that like I saw the YouTube short describing that, right? And then a couple days later, I saw a meme where where someone was complaining that they don't like how the false hydra gets adventures because most often, apparently, whenever DMs use the false hydra, they introduce some character to the player's backstory that has never been introduced before, and like say, well, you don't remember this person, which is why they've never been a thing up to this point. And I commented on it. I was like, I don't think that's a really good way to use false hydra. I would personally have it be where some NPC that they interacted with before that they actually care about, um, suddenly gets eaten by a false hydra, and everyone experiences having that memory ripped from them and just left with an emptiness, and they have to figure out what's causing all of that, which could be a plot hook that could lead adventurers down to finding the hydra. Somebody else commented with a really interesting one, and they said, oh really, I didn't know that was a power of somebody in One Piece, but I feel like One Piece has so many characters, everything's kind of a One Piece power at some point, doesn't it? But what what was interesting was somebody commented and they would do a thing where like some NPC that players have had a positive reaction with and like have interacted with before, they would have that person get eaten by the false hydra, and then whenever the players go back to that place and ask, "Hey, where's our friend?" then nobody else remembers them. Then that creates this interesting dynamic where uh, the players are the only ones that were unaffected by the false hydra, so they have to figure out what's happening, what's causing this mystery, why does no one remember their friend? And the other person like said, they did another comment, so I was like, "That's cool," and they're like, "But it'd be even funnier if you completely gaslight them and the uh whenever they ask what happened to this NPC, if you the DM were like, what NPC are you talking about?" I'm like, I don't know if that'd be too far or if that'd be just right. That that could lead to some interesting interactions, but I also don't want players to feel like, because I've had players that have completely um like zoned out of things I've said and then everybody else remembers it but them, and I don't want to inflict that on my players too much. Yeah, but you'd probably get a kick out of this, Nabiru. So for my Tuesday night game, every other Tuesday, I alternate Tuesday. One Tuesday I play, and another Tuesday I run a different. And in the one I'm running, right, players are vendors of this planet, and stopped in a raid on the warehouse. So they are investigating the warehouse to figure out why the enemy was trying to investigate the warehouse, what they're after, right? And I had to find some stuff because I'm new, right? And they found some stuff they wanted, and I'm like, are they like tell this company, hey, we need stuff from you? But they did they took the shortest route possible and hacked the security camera cameras and they took what they wanted. Really hilarious. That's gonna have some repercussion, and it's always silly when because like you think of the characters like they're the main characters, defenders of the realm, especially. Um, but then whenever they're just doing some stuff, and sometimes getting up to their own type of it's funny, like on on Facebook, keep tag me random coupon scam thing. Uh, like when they just tag a whole, and I just think there's nothing I can tag me, and it always feels. Funny, I just checked that. Oh, okay. Is this better? I realized I had my microphone a little bit away from my mouth. Then again, this headset's old. I may need to replace it at some point. I've had this headset for over a year. Oh, that's better? Okay, yeah, I just had the microphone away from my mouth then. And I have so for OBS, I have a filter set in order to make sure that a lot of the ambient or secondary noise doesn't get picked up by the microphone. So if the microphone's further away from my face, then sometimes the audio might just clip out because the filter's going to think that I'm just background noise at that point. Which is kind of what I want it to do if I like am eating or something. Like today when I was running late and I was eating in the first part of stream, I don't want you all to hear me chewing, so I just put the microphone away from my face. Oh, that's interesting. Apparently they're coming out with some new anime about F1 racing. Called Overtake. Yeah. Is this sponsored by some car company? Preview. I don't want to. I'll watch the preview later. I want to
playing while I'm streaming. Interesting. Not off the top of my head now. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I just saw someone share about it on Twitter. Yeah, it's definitely, yeah, it definitely could be interesting. It looks like it's like treat like it just racing. Like doesn't look like there's anything like super special about it. Right. Looks like it's just a sports anime about racing. One of my friends watched Hunter x Hunter and like really enjoyed it. Okay, I can ask my friend for more details about it. All right, cool. Okay. Be something to look into later. My roommate was just asking about Hunter x Hunter, and I know Okusen has like watched a bunch of Hunter x Hunter, and I'll probably just ask Okusen for more details. As far as I know, it's Hunter. Oh, you're almost caught up on it too, Nabiru. What do you think of it? So one of my viewers, Nabiru, says it's a good series even if it is the king of going on hiatus. Um, Nabiru, her, can you tell me in a quick, succinct thing what would you describe Hunter x Hunter being about? Okay, get this. Cool. Uh, I wanted to share this image. I saw this as I was scrolling through the internet, and I just thought it was adorable. Um, I see a lot of red panda pics because I follow this Twitch thing that's like posts multiple red panda pictures every every hour. It's not. See, it says every hour, but it actually publishes those red panda pics every few hours. But I want to share this one because it looks so cute. Is it just like sitting there with its little tongue sticking out?
I just wanted to share that because I thought it was adorable. Were you gonna say more, Nabiru, or was that it? Okay. All right. So this is what one of my viewers, Nabiru, said about Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter is a unique shonen with a fun power system where you can do anything you want. Everyone has unique abilities. It's a journey of a cheerful kid making friends, fighting cool characters, exploring the world on his way to find out more about this world his father abandoned him for. Mhm. Yeah, and then he left. Mhm. Yep. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Gone. Yeah. Mhm. So, what my roommate's asking about is saying he's kind of losing interest because they've they've already apparently completed their exams and become hunters, um, and they've just discovered Nen and uh, Ren, Ren, uh, and going on their adventure, and he feels like after completing the exam, there's all of a sudden just another exam, another thing they have to overcome right afterwards. Uh-huh. I know a lot of people really enjoy it. Um, I've heard really good things that it's a. I've had people try to talk me into watching it before. I just. Mhm. Sure. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. So what my roommate's mentioning is that one of the big draws for him uh, um, uh, the the big draw for him was that John had an unusual weapon, had a different weapon, was fighting with a fishing rod, and that was the big draw, was that it was so different. Um, so right now, apparently, at that part of the story, his quest is to learn how to develop his own unique Nen power. Mhm, mhm. All right, let's see. All right, let me change up the over something a little chill. Just give me a second. Alrighty. All right, let's start winding down for the night. It's been a fun night. Beat a bunch of enemies in the arena of Armored Core 3. Started climbing my way up the extra arena, taking on some of the doubles matches. Um, and it was an interesting experience. So anyway, you all know how it is. I like to end my streams saying positive, nice things about all of my viewers. So that is generally how I like to stop. So to Silva, to Naberu, to Okusen, to Foxy Poundzor, and to anyone else who watched the stream and didn't say anything in chat, and to everyone who watches the VOD afterwards, I want to say that I love all of you, and I believe in each and every one of you. I think that you all are wonderful, truly unique, and one-of-a-kind individuals, and that each one of you makes this world better by being. I'm grateful every day to live in a world with you in it, and I'm grateful that you give me your time and your energy and your attention to watch as I go on these crazy little adventures.
Thank you for being a part of this community and helping to support each other as we all listen to each other's goals, hopes, and dreams. I want you to always remember the motto: shoot for the stars, have wonderful adventures, live your dreams, and always stop to enjoy the memes. With that said, if you want to, I do ask that you like the stream. It helps the algorithm with getting it out to other people. If you have any friends or family or other people you just think might enjoy my content, feel free to invite them to my streams or show them any of my VODs or other content. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing here on YouTube, be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already and ding the notification bell. It'll let you know whenever I go live or when I release any new content. If you want to follow what I'm doing off of YouTube, you can follow me on Twitter or join my Discord. Links to both of those are in the description below. With that said, I want you to know that you never have to pay to be a part of this community. You never have to, I will never tell you that you have to donate or give money to be welcome here. With that said, if you ever feel motivated to donate to improve the stream or to improve my life, there are links where you can do that in the description down below. I hope you all have a wonderful night. What's today? Today's Friday. Next stream is going to be Monday, 8:30 p.m. EST. Probably going to be doing another writing stream since that's kind of the rhythm we're falling into. And I want you all to know that I think we're amazing. Have yourselves a wonderful night.